Welcome to our exploration of the dark side of the Industrial Revolution. This era is often celebrated for its groundbreaking technological advancements and economic growth, yet behind the progress lay a story of exploitation, suffering, and environmental devastation. As factories sprang up and urban centers expanded, millions of workers, many of them children, were thrust into grueling labor with little regard for safety or dignity. Long hours, dangerous machinery, and meager wages defined a daily struggle for survival. Families worked side by side in hazardous conditions, sacrificing health and well-being in the relentless pursuit of industrial profit. With rapid industrialization came a massive influx of people into cities, which were unprepared for the sudden population boom. Overcrowded slums became the norm, with poor sanitation and cramped living conditions setting the stage for widespread disease. The lack of proper housing and public health infrastructure meant that epidemics could spread quickly, leaving communities devastated. At the same time, the environmental cost of unchecked industrial growth became painfully clear. Factories emitted thick plumes of smoke that darkened city skies and discharged toxic waste into rivers, poisoning the very land that sustained life. The natural world bore the scars of progress, and many of these environmental damages are still being felt today. Exploitation reached its peak during this time. Child labor was rampant as young boys and girls were forced to work long hours in factories, mines, and mills where safety was a distant afterthought. The human cost of this exploitation was staggering, with injuries, chronic illnesses, and even fatalities marking the daily reality for countless workers. The stark divide between the fortunes of wealthy industrialists and the struggles of the working class grew wider, fueling early labor movements. These movements would eventually demand better working conditions, fair wages, and reasonable hours, sparking a wave of social reforms that challenged the status quo and sought to balance progress with human rights. As we reflect on this turbulent period in history, we are reminded that every leap forward carries a hidden price. The Industrial Revolution transformed society in profound ways, but its dark legacy serves as a cautionary tale. Today, as we continue to innovate and build our modern world, we must learn from these lessons to ensure that economic and technological advancements do not come at the expense of human dignity and the health of our environment. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the lesser-known side of industrial progress. Let this story remind us that while progress is important, it is our responsibility to safeguard the well-being of both people and the planet.